it's time for some real talk about self-talk. Did you know that your body is always listening and you are always sending messages to your body, whether you are intentional or mindful about these messages or not? We send messages with how we move or don't move, with what we eat or don't eat. All day long, we're sending and receiving messages from our body. Our cells actually listen to our self-talk. My teacher, Andrea Parody of AKP Yoga, is also a hypnotherapist for cancer patients. And cancer patients who have worked with her that tell their cells that they're getting better or tell their cells to heal show much higher success rates than folks that are telling their cells, why did you do this to me? Or I'll never get better, things like that. So some messages that our bodies send us are things like, I'm tired, I'm cranky, I'm sore. And often we just accept that without thinking, what is it that my body needs? So today we are going to reframe a few unhelpful messages that you are telling yourself. You're going to provide yourself suggestion for growth and then end up with one reframed message for each of these unhelpful messages. So feel free to pause this at any time so that you can really dive deep and, reflect and think about how you communicate with your body. So here are two messages that I often tell myself. I suck at cardio and I am weak and wimpy. And those are unhelpful messages. So right now I want you to take a minute and just jot down 1 to 3 unhelpful messages. You can pause this recording and then hit start once you've got those. All right, so you've got your unhelpful messages. Now we're going to write 3 to 5 suggestions for growth for each of those messages. So for myself, I suck at cardio. I could go on more walks. I could get up and move more during my workday, things that rather than seeing what I'm not doing, some messages to see what I could be doing. So take a look at mine just as an example. And now you can pause the recording and reframe or provide suggestions for growth. Rather than focusing on what you're not doing, take time to focus on, what could I be doing? This is an opportunity to grow. So pause the recording and jot down yours. Alrighty, so now we are going to take that message that is unhelpful and reframe it into something helpful, something that we can use. So my I suck at cardio is I am working on my cardio, or I am weak and wimpy is I am building physical strength. I have the opportunity to build physical strength. What are yours? How are you going to reframe yours? You can pause the recording and do that now. Overall, the way that we communicate with our bodies is so important. Like I said, even down to our cells. Listen to the messages that we are sending. We need to offer gratitude for what our body is doing rather than punishment or blame for what we think it should be doing or what it isn't doing. We can celebrate our successes rather than beating up ourselves about those things that we didn't do or the things that we think that we failed at. We can celebrate, wow, I remembered to think about my breath today. Even if you didn't do the breathing practice you thought that you would do, but you remembered to at least think about and be mindful of your breath. Or you set out a goal that you were going to run for 60 minutes and you ran for 15. You can celebrate the fact that I ran for 15 minutes today rather than, I didn't meet my goal. Any way that we can celebrate our success is helpful. So we want to use supportive language, listen to our bodies, and speak kindly, encourage rather than discourage. I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know what you thought of this reframe and do this as often as you need to for any unhelpful messages that come up to you. Happy communicating.